Why is it so freaking hard to find some PS5 games? I feel that the PS5 just came out, yet there are still games coming out for it all the time that just come out to like little fanfare or even some big fanfare and they just kind of vanish away. And the next thing you know, you try to find them and you can't freaking find them anywhere, or they're asking some insane price for them. Hey guys, I'm RNG Gamer. I play all my games randomly, and I want to tell you about 7 PS5 games that you should probably buy before it's too late. Now, some of these are exclusives, some of them are non-exclusives, but every one of these is a game that I've heard people complain about not being able to find. So let's just dive right in. The last time I did one of these videos, I asked you guys if there were any games that I had missed out on that I needed to grab, and this was the top comment. It Still Wakes the Deep. Now, this is a period piece horror game that takes place in 1971, and you're trapped on an oil rig, which is a really unique setting. You're completely isolated from everyone. You're up off the coast of Scotland, which, in case you didn't know, is like near the Arctic Circle, and there's some deep dwelling evil kicking around on the oil rig, or near it. I've heard this is a harrowing experience. It's very tense. It's a lot of fun. And I am shocked by the sheer number of people that told me that this is the one I needed to pick up. Of all the games out there, all the survival horror games, like over 20 people told me about this. And you know what? It was kind of hard to find. Then, this appeared in one of my pickups videos right after I got it. I had to import it from Europe. Now, I think there is a US release. I think it might have even gotten a reprint. But whenever a bunch of different people tell me about a game, and like it's the one game that they mention, it's not like on a list of like 20 other games I need to pick up. They're like, this is the one. This is the one. You got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to that. And I think this is one of those games that really spoke to a lot of people, but it didn't speak to the general public. I don't think it sold a lot of copies, and I just don't see it around. And when I mention it to other people, they've never heard about it. They haven't heard about it. You know what that means? That's right. It's going to be a future hidden gem. So if this game looks good to you, and I'm pretty sure if you like horror games, this game is going to look good to you, now's the time to grab it before it's too late. And while we're on the topic of that and talking about horror games, let's talk about another interesting horror game. This is called Bramble, the Mountain King. This is also one of the games that was recommended by you guys to pick up in one of these earlier videos, in the before times, okay? But I didn't listen to you about this one. This is one where I was like, it kept showing up in my like Amazon recommended games list, and I was like, I don't know about it. Lo and behold, about 9 months later at some video game award ceremony thing, when they announced the best horror games of the year, guess what showed up on that list? Bramble. It also showed up on the list of the games with the best narrative. So a horror game that flew under the radar but was nominated for Horror Game of the Year and had one of the best stories of the year, you gotta grab it. I bought it off Amazon, and when I bought it, there was the little marker that said only like 14 copies left or something like that. It was like low double digits. I don't remember exactly, but it was red, okay? They scared me. They threw their FOMO mojo on me and tricked me into buying it. They didn't trick me. I was gonna buy it anyway, okay? Now, as I understand, this game deals with Scandinavian folklore, and it's kind of a psychological sort of horror game where you're, I don't know, trying to find your brother or sister or something out in the woods. I haven't played it, okay? I haven't gotten around to it. I'm going to, though, I promise. It's in the backlog. But there are these mythological creatures, demons, I don't know, after you that really mess with the environment. I've heard it's like Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Have you ever played that? That game all takes place inside her head because she has schizophrenia. But it's a terrifying game. Those horrors were real to her. In this game, I think the horrors are real. It looks like it has trolls and elk demons in it. I don't know. It looks absolutely insane. I've tried to stay away from it because I want to be surprised by it when I play it. So I can't speak on the game too much other than I've heard it's fantastic, has a great story, and that it's probably going to be hard to find. If you like quirky, weird horror games or just lore-driven fantasy narratives, you might like this one. But if you're a collector, I feel like this is one of those you kind of gotta grab. Even though it's like Scandinavian, it gives me Fatal Frame kind of vibes. And I don't know why. I don't think the gameplay is anything like Fatal Frame. But I think the reason it reminds me is it's because like it's this cultural, spiritual, historical lore that's integrated into the game. If you ever played Fatal Frame, you know what I'm talking about. I think this is like that. Now, if these games look good to you and you're like worried, like, man, I'm gonna have a hard time finding these, well, I've got good news for you. I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Goodiez. Goodiez is an all-in-one marketplace where you can buy and sell games. They have thousands and thousands of listings. Pretty much anything you would want, you're going to find on the Goodiez app. But the new feature that I love about it is the ability to trade in your games. No longer do you have to make the trek down to a store and bring a big box of stuff and sit on the counter and like casually sort of mill around awkwardly while they go through it and price everything. And then you find out how much they're gonna give you and you're like, dude, what? No, if I knew it was gonna be that little, I would have just left an hour ago. With Goodiez, you just scan in the game and it gives you the trade-in price and the value. If you choose to trade it in, they send you instructions and a barcode to ship it to them. As soon as it's shipped, you get the money in your account to use for anything in their storefront. You're not limited by what's in the store, you're limited by the tens of thousands of listings on Goodiez. I love that idea because my time is valuable and I don't want to have to sit around a store waiting for someone who knows less about video games than me to price the games that I know what they're worth. Goodiez, you know all that information right up front. Click my link in the description down below to check out the Goodiez app. Thank you so much, Goodiez, for sponsoring this video. And let's get back to talking about some games. This is one of the first PS5 games I ever bought. I think it was $20 brand new, and I think this was the first PS5 game I ever saw that was only released on the PS5 and not the PS4. I think it came out on the Xbox, don't hold me to that, I think it did, but it did not come out on the PS4, so it's kind of like a generational exclusive. And it's The Forgotten City. I'm not gonna lie to you, this game looks like hot garbage. It is a walk around and talk to people, murder investigation mystery adventure game set in ancient Rome, which seems really boring to me. You remember the parts in LA Noire where you just like talk to people and question them? This whole game looks like that. So I, like many people, just discredited it till I saw the reviews and it was getting like 8s and 9s and 10s out of 10. And people saying it's like a groundbreaking and remarkable experience. It looks like a tech demo. Nobody bought this freaking game. It was $20 brand new when I bought it shortly after it released. It did not sell. It is probably not gonna get a reprint. Have you heard a lot of people talk about this game? Because most people kind of forgot it even existed. But when I hear people saying it's a remarkable and memorable experience, that's turning that nostalgia knife. Nostalgia is the pain of an old wound. It's that memory that's in our heart that we can't get away from. I think there's a lot of nostalgia in this game for a lot of people. Some middle schoolers got this game from grandma because it was the cheapest PlayStation 5 game and they played it like 50 times. And 20 years from now, they're gonna go back and be like, what's that game I played when I was little where you just walked around in Rome and talked to people? Oh yeah. We see that crap time and time again, where discount games end up becoming very expensive games later on, like Earthbound. No one liked it, but it was cheap. So people got it as a gift because it was cheap. And then they all built up memories around it. Lo and behold, generation later, it's a holy grail. I'm not saying this is like Earthbound, but I'm getting those vibes from it, for sure. This next game came out to some fanfare in my world. Orbology, Pete Dorr, a bunch of people that are really into unique kind of JRPG-ish or slash anime-ish games were touting this as being like the next coming of the greatest game ever. And it came out, and I never heard anything about it again. I picked up my copy, I haven't played it yet, but you know what I heard shortly after it came out? People complaining about not being able to find it. It's Afterimage. This is a beautiful and very striking looking side-scrolling Metroidvania. It has a beautiful aesthetic. From what I understand, the gameplay is really good and a lot of fun in this. The thing I've heard about it the most is that it has a really interesting integrated magic system. A lot of Metroidvanias have a magic system. I mean, Castlevania Symphony of the Night had one that you did by like just typing in button combinations. I always forget about it every time I play through that game, and it's my favorite game of all time. I don't even have to worry about it. You only need it like at one point in the game to get 200.8% or whatever it is completion. It's a little niche thing, but they've taken that idea in this game and they've really expanded upon it to make it a key feature. And that's really cool. I love Metroidvanias, I love beautiful artwork. So both of those things put together can make for a great experience. And the people I've heard say that like this game, play a lot of games like this, if it stands out to them, it's gonna stand out to a lot of people. Because they know what they're talking about, more than me. I don't know much about this game, but I kind of know what like a game that's gonna be rare looks like, because I've seen it over and over and over again over the last 20 years. And I have a pretty good track record of like anticipating what's gonna be hard to find. I mean, I have resellers in the comments telling me how much money I make them. I'm sorry for that. Get to the games before then, right? That's what you get for being a loyal viewer of my channel. You get to the games before the resellers do. I'm sorry, but how else am I gonna let you know about it? I don't know, maybe you could do that. Maybe you could subscribe to the channel so you know what is gonna happen before them. They're not subscribed, they don't care, they just wanna make some money. But Afterimage really is a cool looking game. I haven't heard anything bad about it. You should probably check it out. You should definitely pick up a copy. They're still kicking around out there. They're going up a little bit, but they're still cheap. I don't know for how much longer they're gonna be cheap though. And while we're talking about freaking Metroidvanias, let's just talk about another beautiful hand-drawn Metroidvania. Sure, why not? This one is a Metroidvania mixed with a shoot 'em up, my favorite genre of games. And the genre of games that's most likely to explode in price, because people that are shmup collectors want every single shoot 'em up, and they will not let them go. It's the Night Witch. You can see what this game is on the screen, okay? You get the premise of it. There's gameplay footage here. Let's just ignore that and talk about an anecdote about this game. When I bought this game off Amazon, I accidentally ordered the PS4 version when I wanted the PS5 version. So I went ahead and ordered the PS5 version and initiated a return on the PS4 version. So for one day, I had the PS4 version and the PS5 version in my hand. And I just so happened to look at them side by side, and there are differences in the cover art. I actually did an Instagram post. One of my first Instagram posts, maybe my first Instagram post, is about that. It blows my mind that someone had to remake the art between the PS4 and the PS5 version, because elements like the title and the positioning of the characters is different. It's all the same assets, they're just not lined up the same. That's so weird to me. That is so strange that happened. Why didn't they just copy and paste the entire art? Why is it different? And not like different things on it, just like arranged 0.2% differently. That aside, I've heard this is a great game. I missed it when it came out, and people had to let me know about it. The guy that buys every single shoot 'em up and almost every single Metroidvania that comes out, this game was out on store shelves before I ever heard about it. And I'm inundated daily by people telling me to check out games. If this flew that far under the radar, it flew under everybody's radar. If me and all my collector friends never heard of this, I don't know how many people did. This game might have gotten like 1,000 copies printed. Then again, you might be able to grab it on Amazon for $5 right now. I don't know. But I do know this, Metroidvania crossed with shoot 'em up, that ticks all the right boxes for me and a bunch of other people. So you should probably pick this one up, like I said, before it's too late. This next game actually got a lot of fanfare when it came out, but there's something on the front of the box of this game, and whenever I see that word, a little light bulb goes off. And that word is Atlas. And this is Unicorn Overlord. Vanillaware developed this game, and it was published by Atlas. Vanillaware is known for making these really interesting games with beautiful artwork. Just stunning artwork, and you can see that on full display here. And Atlas is known for publishing niche games in limited quantities. Those things put together, recipe for disaster, recipe for profit, I don't know. But I will say this, I had someone offer to send this game to me, and I accepted in return that I would play it and review it for them. And then they had to back out because they couldn't find a copy of it. So I started looking for a copy of it and I couldn't find it. My wife found it and gave it to me for my birthday or Father's Day or something. I don't know how or where she found it. She might have bought it on release day and just sat on it for like months. But people were complaining in my Discord just the other day about not being able to find the PS5 version of this. But more importantly, the PS4 version is like hen's teeth. It can't be found really anywhere. People that can't buy the PS4 version will give in and buy the PS5 version. Or the Xbox Series version if that exists. I don't know. It didn't come out on the Switch. I know that. Maybe it did come out on the Switch. I don't know. PlayStation console people tend to stick with PlayStation consoles. They can't find the PS4, they'll opt for the PS5. And vice versa. This game got great reviews. It was nominated for Game of the Year. People love it. People want it, and people are already complaining about not being able to find it. I'm just saying. I think the writing's on the wall with this. Grab Unicorn Overlord. This is stacked up to be a classic game, or a hidden gem, or a cult classic. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. People are going to want it, people can't have it. I'm glad I got my copy. Thanks, honey, for buying it for me. When this next game was announced, it blew everybody away. We could not believe it. Konami, who is known for making classic shoot 'em ups, decided to make a modern shoot 'em up. It's Signey, All Guns Blazing. Now, this game got kind of ripped apart by the shoot 'em up community. They did not like it. It's very much one of these style over substance sort of games. It looks beautiful, but it has some inherent flaws in it. One, it's in widescreen. That's a lot of room to maneuver in the game. Usually shoot 'em ups are narrow, either going horizontally or vertically. So you have to be very precise with your movements. When you have a big open area like this to move, it can be really easy to get around closer to bullets. So what do the developers do? They make it so you're just taking damage all the time. Well, you can't let them die in one hit because that's unfair. So they give you like a shield, and then instead of like learning to dodge, you're just kind of like, you know, mitigating damage and trying to learn how to manage your shield and health bar and stuff, whatever. Okay. Now the developers of this said they were not going to try to satisfy the shoot 'em up community. Instead, they're going to try to grab new people into the genre. A lot of people want to play shoot 'em ups. They think they look really cool, but they're just scared away by the difficulty. So what did they do with this game? They made it accessible. And guess what? The reviews from the shoot 'em up community, the reviews from the people that don't play shoot 'em ups, really high. This was a gateway drug into shoot 'em ups. And once shoot 'em ups get their hooks into you, they got you forever. People who love shoot 'em ups love shoot 'em ups. They start searching for more and more and more to play. They go deeper and deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole. This is going to be the first shoot 'em up a lot of people played. And shoot 'em ups can get expensive. Years down the road, they're going to want to have a copy of this to commemorate the game that got them into their new favorite genre. And it's going to be Signey All Guns Blazing. My pre-order of this game got canceled. I pre-ordered it from PlayAsia. They didn't get enough copies to ship me my order, even though I pre-ordered it 2 years before it came out. Luckily, after they canceled my pre-order, I was able to grab a copy off Amazon. It's probably still up there. There's probably still a few copies left, but I don't think it's going to get another reprint. And Konami games, when they get old and they're in a niche, like a survival horror game or a shoot 'em up, they just kind of tend to just go up in price forever. I highly advise you to listen to all the pearls of wisdom I'm laying out for you and grab this game. I don't think you'll regret it, even though the gameplay may not be the greatest thing ever. It does at least look fun. Thanks so much for sticking around, guys. The names you see on the screen, well, those are my Patreon supporters and my channel members. I am not a full-time YouTuber. I work 2 jobs, and every dollar that goes into this channel, I paid out of my pocket. But my channel members really do help with that. They get access to my videos early, they get access to member-exclusive videos, they get their names in the videos, and they get to chat with me in the Discord. If that sounds like something you want to do, I would really appreciate that. The links to those are in the description down below. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.